Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real. Communication is everything. The way we text can either build attraction, create comfort, or completely kill the vibe. Many men don't realize that certain texts, though harmless in their eyes, instantly turn women off. Women may not always say it out loud, but they silently cringe, lose interest, or pull back when they receive them. Today I'm going to share with you 12 types of texts women secretly hate, and why avoiding them can completely change the way you connect. Texts like okay, kai, eka, cool, or how may seem simple, but they come across as lazy and dismissive. Women hate them because they feel like you're putting in zero effort. Communication is not just about responding, it's about engaging. When you give bare minimum energy, you're signaling disinterest, even if that's not your intention. When every reply is elola, a nicer, or yeah, it makes the conversation feel like pulling teeth. Women don't want to feel like they're talking to a wall. Or they crave meaningful engagement, something that shows you're genuinely listening and interested. Dry responses kill excitement. And once excitement is gone, so is attraction. It's fine to ask occasionally, but when it becomes the only thing you send, it feels repetitive and uninspired. Women don't want to feel like you're only checking in because you have nothing else to say. Conversation should build connection, not bore them to death. If every text looks the same, she'll eventually stop replying. On the opposite end, long essay texts can overwhelm her. When you send novels full of over-explaining, over-sharing, or emotional dumping, it takes away mystery and balance. Women want consistency, not a flood of words that feel heavy. Attraction often thrives in space, not in desperate over-communication. This is one of the quickest ways to push her away. Women hate guilt-tripping or needy texts that demand explanations for their silence. Life happens. Sometimes she's busy, sometimes she doesn't feel like texting. Constantly pointing out her delay makes you look insecure and controlling. Confidence means you don't chase replies, you let them come naturally. Women secretly hate when men cross boundaries too early with sexual innuendos or suggestive comments. It shows impatience and disrespect. Attraction is built through timing and trust. Jumping straight into inappropriate text destroys potential connection, and instead of drawing her closer, it pushes her away. One-word texts are one of the fastest ways to kill a conversation. Think about it. When someone sends a K, okay, cool, or even it feels dismissive, almost like they didn't care enough to actually engage. To women, these short and dry replies send a hidden message. I'm not interested in talking to you. Even if that's not what you meant, that's how it comes across. Women value communication that shows effort. A simple sentence or two can make them feel seen and appreciated. But when you reduce the interaction to a single word, it feels like pulling teeth just to keep the conversation alive. Imagine her sharing something exciting with you, maybe about her day, her goals, or even just something funny, and you respond with a nice. In that moment, she feels deflated. The energy she brought into the conversation disappears, and she starts questioning whether you even care to talk. One-word texts also carry a tone problem. Texting lacks facial expressions and vocal tone, so short replies often sound colder than intended. Heck yeah can feel like annoyance. Can sound passive-aggressive, and no fine can come off as irritated. Women hate this because it leaves them confused, overthinking whether they said something wrong or if you're upset with them. Instead of building comfort, these tiny replies create unnecessary tension. The truth is, women don't expect essays, but they do want acknowledgement, interest, and energy. Even a slightly longer response like a "that's cool," "tell me more about it," or a "nice, how did that happen?" makes her feel engaged. It shows you're not just replying, you're participating. Communication is a two-way street, and one-word texts feel like you're blocking half the road. One-word texts are not just short replies, they're silent signals of disinterest. When a woman receives okay, a fine, or elola, it's like hitting a brick wall in the middle of what could have been a flowing conversation. She feels the energy drop instantly. Imagine pouring enthusiasm into a message, only to be met with a single word response. It feels dismissive, almost insulting, as if your words weren't even worth a proper acknowledgement. Women hate one-word texts because they feel like the other person is putting in the bare minimum effort. And here's the truth, effort matters. In communication, effort translates into interest, curiosity, and respect. When she sees you reducing conversations to one-word replies, it makes her question your intentions. Is he really into me? Is he bored? Am I bothering him? These doubts creep in not because of what you said, but because of what you didn't say. There's also the psychological side of it. Texting is already limited. You can't hear tone, see body language, or read facial expressions. That means words carry all the weight of the interaction. A K in person, with a smile and soft tone, could be harmless. But over text, it sounds cold, blunt, and careless. Women pick up on that lack of warmth, and instead of feeling connected, they feel distanced. Another reason women secretly hate one-word texts is because they feel imbalanced. Conversations should feel like a back-and-forth exchange, but with one-word replies, the responsibility of keeping the conversation alive always falls on her. She has to dig for topics, stretch for questions, and keep reigniting a flame that you keep snuffing out with dry responses. Over time, that imbalance breeds frustration. No one wants to feel like they're carrying the whole weight of communication. Now let's talk attraction. Attraction isn't built in grand gestures. It's built in small, consistent actions. A thoughtful reply, even something simple like, that sounds fun, how did it go? Or, he didn't know you were into that. Tell me more, shows curiosity. Curiosity is attractive because it signals genuine interest. On the other hand, one-word texts communicate indifference. Indifference kills attraction. It tells her, you're not worth my time to type more than 3 letters. Finally, think of the emotional impact. Women want to feel valued, heard, and understood. Every interaction, no matter how small, either adds to or subtracts from their emotional bank account. One-word texts are withdrawals. They take energy from the connection without giving anything back. Too many of them, and the account runs empty, leaving her disengaged and uninterested. So one-word texts might look harmless on the surface, but underneath, they erode attraction, create confusion, and silently push her away. Dry responses are the cousins of one-word texts, but instead of just being short, they are emotionless and empty. Texts like lol, a nice, yeah, or okay repeated over and over again drain the life out of a conversation. Women hate these because they create the impression that you're not present, not engaged, and not actually invested in what she's saying. It feels like talking into a void, where her words bounce back with no real energy in return. Think of a conversation as a dance. For it to flow, both people have to participate, match rhythms, and build momentum. But when one person keeps replying with dry responses, the rhythm stops. It's like she's dancing while you're standing still. That lack of participation kills attraction, because attraction is fueled by energy, engagement, and emotional exchange. Women secretly hate overly dry replies because they make the connection feel forced. She shouldn't have to dig for your attention or carry the entire dialogue. A healthy exchange should feel effortless, but when your responses are dull and repetitive, she ends up overcompensating. She might try harder to keep the conversation alive, asking more questions, adding more details, injecting humor, but eventually she feels drained because it feels one-sided. Dry replies also send the wrong signal about your personality. Whether you realize it or not, people assume your texting style reflects your real-life energy. If you constantly send a yeah or a cool, she may assume you're boring, uninterested, or lacking confidence. And while that might not be true, texting doesn't give her the benefit of the doubt. In her mind, your dull replies equal a dull connection. Another layer is emotional impact. Women often read between the lines when it comes to communication. If she shares something important about her day and your response is a nice, it feels like you brushed it off. If she makes a joke and you only send a lol, it feels like you didn't really find it funny. These little dry replies add up, and over time, she begins to feel unappreciated or undervalued. Not because you said something wrong, but because you didn't say enough. On the flip side, dry replies are missed opportunities. Every time she texts you, she's offering you a doorway into connection. She's giving you a chance to show personality, humor, curiosity, or care. Responding with something bland shuts the door before the conversation can even open up. For example, if she says, "I finally finished my project today," and you reply with a cool, the moment dies. But if you said, "That's awesome. How long did it take you?" or "Oh, congrats. What's the project about?" you instantly turn a dead end into a meaningful exchange. Women crave interaction that feels alive. Dry responses, on the other hand, feel lifeless. They don't just make conversations harder, they make her feel like she's wasting her time. And once she feels that, her energy toward you starts to fade, sometimes without her even realizing it. Overly dry responses don't just make conversations boring, they slowly suffocate attraction. Women may not always say it out loud, but when they get texts like yeah, lol, or okay, over and over, it chips away at the excitement they initially felt when talking to you. It's like pouring water on a spark. It doesn't matter how much potential there was. The fire simply won't catch if you keep killing the energy with flat replies. Here's the thing, communication is emotional. Texting is not just about words. It's about the feelings those words create. A dry response communicates indifference, even if you didn't mean it that way. When you send ill actually responding to her joke, she feels like you didn't find it funny, or worse, that you weren't paying attention. When you reply with a nice after she shares an accomplishment, it doesn't feel like celebration. It feels like dismissal. These little moments stack up, leaving her with the impression that you don't really care. Psychologically, humans crave mirroring and validation. When someone shares excitement, they want the other person to meet that energy, to reflect it back. If she tells you something funny or meaningful, and your response is flat, it breaks that mirror. Instead of feeling a shared connection, she feels like she's talking into an empty room. That disconnect is what makes dry replies so damaging. They create distance instead of closeness. Another important factor is effort. Women hate dry responses because they scream low effort. Even if you're busy, even if you're tired, taking an extra 5 seconds to add detail or show interest goes a long way. When your replies are consistently short and lifeless, it sends the message that she's not worth your time or mental energy. Nobody wants to feel like they're chasing someone who can't even be bothered to type a full sentence. Think about it. Attraction isn't just about looks. It's about how someone makes you feel. If your texts make her feel ignored, underappreciated, or like she's dragging a dead weight, she'll associate you with frustration instead of excitement. Over time, that emotional pattern becomes stronger than any initial attraction she felt. If every time she texts you, she gets minimal effort back, she has to carry the entire weight of the conversation. She has to be the one asking questions, making jokes, and keeping things alive. That imbalance is exhausting. Women don't want to feel like they're the only ones trying. They want to feel pursued, valued, and engaged. Not like they're forcing something that should come naturally. And here's the hidden danger. Dry responses can push her into silence. Instead of telling you directly, "I hate how you reply so boringly," many women will simply withdraw. They'll stop initiating. They'll stop sharing details. And eventually, they'll stop replying altogether. Not because they don't like you, but because they don't feel liked back. So while overly dry responses may seem harmless, they quietly erode her interest, her excitement, and her emotional investment in you. What begins as a small annoyance can end up being the reason she disconnects completely. Asking someone what they're doing isn't a bad thing. It can be a casual way to start a conversation. But when it becomes the only question you ever send, it quickly turns into one of the most repetitive and frustrating texts women secretly hate. On the surface, what are you doing? Seems harmless, but when overused, it signals laziness, lack of creativity, and a lack of real interest in who she is as a person. Here's why. Women want to feel like conversations have purpose, like the other person is actually curious about their thoughts, feelings, and lives. Buzz. If every time you text her it's just a there or what are you doing, it shows that you're not putting effort into creating meaningful interaction. Instead of sparking excitement, it makes the conversation predictable and dull. It feels like you're fishing for her to entertain you rather than actually trying to connect. Think of it like this. If you went to a restaurant and they only served you plain bread every time you visited, eventually you'd stop going. The same happens with texting. When your messages lack variety and depth, she begins to lose interest because the interaction doesn't feel stimulating. Women don't want to feel like they're stuck in a loop of answering the same question every day. They want conversations that expand, build momentum, and actually reveal more about who you are. Another problem with the constant "what are you doing?" texts is that they can come across as clingy. When it's asked too frequently, it feels like you're keeping tabs on her or that you're desperate for her attention. Instead of reading it as curiosity, she may interpret it as neediness. Like you don't have anything going on in your own life, and you're relying on her to fill your time. That dynamic creates pressure, and pressure kills attraction. There's also an element of missed opportunity. Every time you text her, you have a chance to build connection, whether that's through humor, playful teasing, sharing something interesting, or asking thoughtful questions. Resorting to "what are you doing?" again and again wastes that chance. It shows you're not trying to stand out from the dozens of other people who could text her the exact same thing. And if you blend in with the crowd, you're easy to forget. Psychologically, repetition without depth communicates indifference. When someone genuinely cares, their curiosity goes beyond the surface. They want to know what you think, how you feel, what excites you, what frustrates you. But when the conversation never goes past a video, she starts to feel like you don't actually want to know her. You just want a placeholder in your phone to pass time. That's when disinterest starts to set in. Women also dislike the energy imbalance that comes with this text. If you're constantly asking her, "What are you doing?" she's the one who has to supply all the content. She has to come up with something interesting to say, something engaging enough to carry the conversation forward. Meanwhile, you're putting in the bare minimum. Over time, that imbalance makes her feel like the connection is draining rather than fulfilling. And here's the unspoken truth. "What are you doing?" doesn't build attraction because it doesn't create emotion. Conversations that spark attraction are the ones that make her feel something, whether it's laughter, curiosity, excitement, or even comfort. But a vid is flat. It doesn't spark imagination. It doesn't build anticipation, and it doesn't show any depth of thought. It just falls flat, and flat conversations lead to flat feelings. On the surface, asking "what are you doing?" seems innocent. It's simple, casual, and easy to send. But when it becomes the main or only reach out, it stops being casual and starts feeling repetitive, lazy, and even intrusive. No. Women secretly hate this text because it doesn't just lack creativity, it also signals that you're not really putting effort into making the conversation meaningful. The biggest problem with the constant "what are you doing?" is that it feels like default communication. Instead of showing that you're genuinely curious about her, or that you actually want to engage in a conversation, it comes across like you had nothing else to say, so you just threw something out there. Women don't want to feel like an afterthought. They want to feel like the person texting them is intentional, thoughtful, and interested in them, specifically, not just in filling dead time. Another layer is that it doesn't add any value. Every time you text someone, you're either adding energy to their day or taking it away. A question like a "wait" doesn't add anything. It doesn't make her laugh. It doesn't make her think. It doesn't spark curiosity. Instead, it places the responsibility back on her to create something interesting out of nothing. Over time, that becomes exhausting because she feels like she's doing all the work to keep the connection alive. Women also dislike this text because it can feel monotonous and predictable. If every conversation starts the same way, with the same empty opener, it becomes boring. And boredom is one of the fastest killers of attraction. Conversations should feel alive, dynamic, and unpredictable. When they become repetitive, they start to feel like an obligation rather than something enjoyable. There's also a psychological undertone of control that sometimes sneaks in. If you ask her, "What are you doing?" Too frequently, it can feel less like curiosity and more like surveillance. Surveillance. She may start to wonder, why does he keep asking me this? Is he keeping tabs on me? Does he not trust me? Even if you're not being controlling, the repetition of the question can create that impression, which immediately makes her feel uncomfortable and pressured. The constant of it also communicates a lack of substance. Women often judge interest by the depth of conversation. If the only question you ever ask is what she's physically doing, it makes it seem like you're not interested in her mind, her passions, or her experiences. Attraction doesn't grow from shallow check-ins. It grows from curiosity.